In the heart of Lost York, a glitzy, trend-setting metropolis, Cupid Corp's top bridal advisor consults the city's most in vogue singles to make their wildest romantic dreams come true. But she has one secret which she can never share. Welcome to Otome Gaming. This is a review of Cupid Parasite for the Nintendo Switch. Set in the fictional city of Lost York, a parody mashup of Los Angeles and New York, Cupid Parasite follows the daily life of Lynette Meir, the top bridal advisor for the popular matchmaking agency Cupid Corporation. The game starts out as just a normal workday for Lynette until she's suddenly called to the president's office. It's here that she's tasked with taking on 5 infamous clients who the company has internally nicknamed the Parasite 5, a group of men who are notoriously unmatchable. In exchange for finding love for the Parasite 5, Lynette will receive a promotion, a task she happily takes on as she thinks this next step in her career will allow her to finally reach her goal of proving her dad wrong. This is when we learn that Lynette is not actually human, but is in fact the goddess Cupid, also known as the goddess of love. It's her job to shoot her celestial bow and arrows and help humans fall in love. Or so she thought, until she realizes her celestial powers aren't really helping people stay together and that humans are actually capable of finding love all on their own. When she tries to explain this to her foster dad, Mars, it results in the usual fight. So Cupid, sick of not being taken seriously, decides to run away to Earth and study the science behind matchmaking, where she sets out to prove to Mars that the gods are useless and that humans don't need their magic interfering in their mortal lives. There are 6 love interests in Cupid Parasite. Ruki F. Kasine, the glamour parasite. A successful fashion designer, Ruki is the youngest parasite and obsessed with people's facial grade, not even recognizing those that fall below a 60. Gil Lovecraft, the lovelorn parasite. Gil is a freelance editor who can't get over his long-lost love. His long-lost love, of course, being our protagonist, Lynette, his old college roommate, who has no idea Gil is even harboring these feelings for her. Shelby Snail, the prestige parasite. Shelby is the president and founder of Cupid Corporation and is known to the public as the devoted husband. The only issue with that is he's not actually married. Obsessed with achieving SS rank in all facets of his life, Shelby decides he needs a wife for his public image and anonymously uses his own company's matchmaking service. Raoul Aconite, the obsessed parasite. Raoul is a world-famous Sillywood actor, not to be confused with Hollywood, which does not exist in this universe, who doesn't actually want to find love, but is instead signed up by his manager so that he can study and understand what love is for an upcoming movie role. However, he's obsessed with mythology and has a hard time connecting properly with others because of it. Alan Melville, the thieving parasite. Alan is a fancy pillow salesman. He claims he wants to get married, but is only interested in women that are already in love with someone else. This has caused him to steal away other Cupid Corp members from their current relationships, just to then drop them once they fall in love with him. He's a bit of a problem. And finally, the secret love interest known as the sensitive parasite. This love interest only unlocks after you've completed all other routes in-game. The standout routes for me were Ruki for his sweet, gentle romance, Raoul for his candidness and humor, and finally Alan just for the sheer heartache of his story. Although honestly, I enjoyed every single route in this game. Cupid Parasite, despite its fantastical origins, is a pure romantic comedy. It plays almost like a rom-com movie most of the time, with romantic tropes, outlandish comedy, and ridiculous hijinks, mostly thanks to the mythological elements of the game, though not always. The main conflicts of most of the routes stem from the relationships forming between Lynette and her love interests. Though some routes involve external antagonists, it's far from a more drama-filled game like Color X Malice or Café Enchanté. Even the bad endings were mostly lighthearted and fun in their own way. Romance takes the lead in this Otome game, with each route having varying degrees of spiciness. Unlike some other Otome games where the romance supplements the main story, in Cupid Parasite, the story in each route is there to supplement the romance. And although the game is mostly comedic, there are plenty of serious, emotional story beats to help temper the overall reading experience. If you're familiar with the game Café Enchanté, then you might recognize the beautiful character sprites in Cupid Parasite as the work of the artist Yuya. And just like Café Enchanté, Cupid Parasite has unique character designs and gorgeous CGs to collect. The game's visuals are bold, with a unique pop graphic look to the backgrounds and bright eye-catching colors. Polka dots, stripes, and checks are used frequently to add interest and give the game an almost retro comic book-like flair. The game boasts fun rockabilly-style tracks, with each character having their own unique theme that is very distinct from each other. These character songs are fully voiced songs with lyrics, which is a rarity in Otome games beyond the opening and ending themes. A lot of the soundtrack is pretty reminiscent of the 50s era, with some tracks sounding pretty familiar if you've ever listened to songs like Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes and At Last by Etta James. It's a wonderful soundtrack that truly encapsulates the fun vibe and unique energy of the game. Cupid Parasite plays like your standard Otome game, with choices to make throughout the game, but a few standout features include a fun little love quiz that you can take near the beginning of the game. Each love interest has their own love type that you'll need to match up with to get their best ending. However, it's also just fun to take the quiz blind the first time just to see what kind of love type you are. I matched up with Gil my first time. Not surprising, but also mildly concerning. The game has some great visual cues when making choices, like little hearts that show up around the characters after making their ideal choice, as well as a chart that shows you where each character's particular love meter is. A flowchart to check where you are in the story and what branches you've missed is very helpful for those wanting to 100% the game. Another favorite feature of mine was a skip to next choice option that eliminates the need to sit through skipping dialogue. It makes replaying the common route much faster and more convenient. The localization for Cupid Parasite is pretty near perfect, with just a few barely noticeable misspellings here and there. The humor of the story is translated very well, with an abundance of puns and fun banter. The consistent parody wordplay of American media had me amused throughout the game. The UI is just as bold and graphic as the game and boasts a great options section where the player can adjust the game's text window opacity, as well as choose between 4 different fonts for a better reading experience. My one complaint is a lack of any after stories or character interviews. There isn't even a collectible CG for completing the game. It's a mild disappointment, but not game-breaking. Cupid Parasite is a light-hearted romantic comedy with some crazy hijinks tempered by more emotional, serious moments. It's a great pick for anyone looking for a break from the more violent, drama-filled Otome games available. Otome Gaming gives Cupid Parasite a final rating of 4.3 out of 5. Cupid Parasite has an ESRB rating of T for teen. For more trigger warning details, please see the official ESRB link in the description.